What is going on, guys? Welcome in here to, I'm sorry. Let me sit back. Of course, the top of my head is not in the photo right now. But what's going on, guys? How are y'all? Let me get this up and fixed, please. Give me 1 second. And, perfect. All right. That's a lot better, guys. So what's going on? Deshaun Watson. What do you guys think of him today? I mean, I thought Deshaun Watson was unbelievable today. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he came into the game, and let's face it, Tom Savage, he's kind of like he reminds me of like a statue in the pocket, and Tom Savage didn't turn the football over. He hit DeAndre Hopkins, and it's important that DeAndre Hopkins is a fan of, Tom Savage. But bottom line tonight, guys, I saw a guy that was so composed, so poised in the pocket. Deshaun Watson, this guy, he just is the real deal. I mean, when you look at the way that he played the game today, he did scramble a couple of times out of the pocket, which I didn't like, but he kept on hitting Kareem Hunt from I believe he played at like some small Northern Ohio school. He kept on hitting that running back. Devontae Freeman from Texas got in the game and had some good plays. But, you look at Deshaun Watson, and the guy just called out blitzes, extremely fast release, and I loved the way that he communicated with his offense all night long. The guy should absolutely start over Tom Savage. I mean, Tom Savage, he didn't have an awful night. The last touchdown series happened to be great, but he went 3 and out in his first 2 series. He had opportunities to throw the ball before Kawan Short could get to him. He couldn't find open guys. Deshaun was more decisive, and I know Tom Savage worked under center more. I don't think Tom Savage would be an awful, awful player in the Bill O'Brien system. He's proven that he can understand the system, that he learns the system well. But in my ultimate opinion, guys, I mean, I think that Deshaun Watson is really the real deal. I think that the guy really balled out tonight. So I'll respond to you guys right now on my Periscope. What did you guys think of Deshaun Watson tonight? Kelvin Benjamin had a big game. Greg Olsen. We had Johnson of the Texans get boat raced by Kelvin Benjamin a whole lot tonight. Even Kelvin Benjamin went over Jonathan Joseph for a touchdown. Game was a pretty good one. That they had that journeyman quarterback, Joe Webb, who one time started a game against the Packers in the playoffs. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life, was the Joe Webb game. So, I mean, I would let Deshaun Watson start next game. I mean, this wasn't a meaningful game, but Deshaun Watson is already noticing blitzes. The arm strength is there. He's able to throw with enough velocity to put it in the windows. I mean, on the last series of the game, Deshaun Watson basically threw the ball into a hole in the zone that was about 15 yards out. So he made the throws that were necessary. The guy's footwork is fine. The only plays that I really disliked of Deshaun Watson is when he panicked too quickly and would leave the pocket, or he would backtrack like 15 yards. Like, he's going to have to cut that out. But, I think right now, put it this way, if Deshaun Watson and Tom Savage are about on the same level playing field, why would you not start Deshaun Watson? Why wouldn't you give this guy experience in a big-time game? Tom Savage is slower than Deshaun Watson. I think Watson has a better arm, and clearly Deshaun Watson has accomplished much more in his career. He's a much better athlete. This Houston offensive line looks pretty gosh darn awful. I mean, they kept on holding their whole entire drive with Tom Savage. I felt bad for him because it was all holds. And when you're going against Starla Tui and Kawan Short, I mean, they just freaking got blasted all night tonight, the offensive line of Houston. So you're going to need a mobile player to play in this offensive line. Who knows if Fuller's healthy? Is Braxton Miller going to be able to get an opportunity with this offense? But let's go ahead, roll some highlights for you guys here. on our show. So I want to get this thing up top. Alrighty, guys. Yep, let's try to get in some highlights tonight. Thought it was a good game overall, though. Like I said, entertaining, and I enjoy the fact that they play preseason football. I don't think that they're going 6-10. I mean, I have to look at their schedule. I think the Texans are a pretty damn good team. You know, I think that Jadeveon Clowney, Whitney Merciless, the guys that they have, like I still think Joseph is good in the secondary. Brian Cushing, Lamar Miller. I mean, I think the Texans are going to be 9-7, 10-6 team, and I think Deshaun Watson should lead them into the playoffs, and they should just settle on him at quarterback because the guy mentally, that's where he's so elite. The guy didn't even seem nervous tonight. It seemed like it was one of his first. It seemed like he's been playing all the time. So, yeah, I know Jadeveon Clowney, you know, has battled injury history, but right now, luckily, they have him on the field, and when he's out there playing, I mean, the guy can be very, very good. So I think that pick was pretty appropriate. They're going to need to run the football better. Lamar Miller, everybody was buying his stock last year. I don't think he's that great. And I don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to win any playoff games, but let's look at their division, okay? Indianapolis is a pretty good team. Still has defensive troubles, you know, especially, you know, they have young guys in the secondary. Who knows how Malik Hooker's going to play in his first year, Andrew Luck. I mean, I do like Luck. I like T.Y. Hilton. Frank Gore is really old. Their offensive line isn't that stable. Jack Doyle isn't that great. Indianapolis, no thank you. How about Tennessee? Tennessee's a team I like. Eric Decker, Mariota, and, you know, guys like I think that Henry and Murray are going to be good again. I mean, they're offensive line guys. I mean, with Klein, with, you know, Jack Conklin. Tennessee's a freaking badass team. So I think the Tennessee Titans, I think they have a great chance to win that division with Houston. And then Jacksonville, I'm not a fan of Blake Bortles, guys. I think Blake Bortles has no mobility. He really struggles, as an awful throwing motion. But yeah, I mean, look at Deshaun Watson. He even threw a ball near the end of that half where Deshaun Watson threw it about 50 yards in the air, maybe 60. It was a Hail Mary play at the end of the half. So the guy has enough arm strength to really be a factor. I mean, look at Dak Prescott. You think Dak Prescott has an absolute arm? No way. That's why he was taken in the 4th round. That's why when he was in Starkville, he barely threw the football when he was in Starkville. So Deshaun Watson has about the same caliber of arm as Dak Prescott. Dak, of course, has a better offensive line, but look at Deshaun Watson, so much poise, has the speed, knows the game. The game isn't that fast for him. The guy's going to be a shoo-in. He's going to be absolutely fantastic. You guys got more questions for me? What games are you guys watching tomorrow, huh? I want to know, guys. Which games are you guys looking forward to? And I could tell you games I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm looking forward to Broncos-Bears. I mean, on the NFL Network, you know, I'm excited to see, can Paxton Lynch actually start a game, or was that just a wasted draft pick? And if Trevor Siemian's starting the whole year, I don't think the Broncos are going to the playoffs. But do I think that Paxton's beating out Trevor Siemian? I think Paxton Lynch's footwork is so awful that I don't think Paxton Lynch is going to beat out Trevor Siemian, because Paxton Lynch looks like a galloping ghost in the pocket. He, my friends, is just has awful footwork, awful mechanics. The guy was just a product of Justin Fuente. That's all Paxton Lynch was a part of. Then you have Mitchell Trubisky, okay? There's no way Trubisky's going to do as well as Deshaun Watson. No way. Mike Glennon is going to wipe the floor with Mitch Trubisky tomorrow night, okay? And then who else do you have tomorrow night? Kevin White. We'll see how he does. Buffalo versus Minnesota, the Sam Bradford versus Tyrod Taylor game. Both teams with good defenses. Will Sean McDermott step the heck up? We will see, guys. Tomorrow night's going to be unfreaking believable. You have, you know, some good teams that are boring in the preseason, and then you have guys I'm curious to see like Leonard Fournette and all of these rookies. So I'm going to let you guys run. I'm probably going to go ahead and do a Deshaun Watson review. Tom Savage didn't suck tonight. He made some big-time throws. It's going to be a competition. And if Savage ends up winning a couple of games, then I'm not even sure that that's in the best interest of the Houston Texans overall, because Savage isn't your guy overall. He's too small, too limited. Nah, Deshaun's a better player. So why don't you give me 1 second, guys? I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. I want to answer a couple of your questions in a bit, then I'm going to duck out. Just really want to help something out right here. Okay. Yeah, guys, I want to thank you. I want to thank a couple of guys for joining my radio show tonight. I want to thank all the Twitter followers. We're going to try to do this thing after every single football game that we have. So, we're going to try to do this after every one of the games that we have. And I can't wait to answer your questions and see what the heck you guys are up to. I'm so freaking happy football is back. I'm happy fantasy's back. I mean, the month of August is a beautiful time. It's like the day before the NCAA tournament. I think the month of August, I'm happier than almost any other month because, you have football. Like, why the heck should you be happy in December when football's going to leave you? Be happy in August when everything is in front of you. Every team is undefeated. Who will be the team that comes out of nowhere? Will it be Atlanta? Will it be a Drew Brees? Will it be a Jameis Winston or an NFC South team? Who is going to come out of nowhere? That's what I am really curious to see. I'm also curious is if Denver sucks or if Houston and Deshaun Watson starts to struggle, I'm curious if Tony Romo will stay retired the whole season because Tony Romo is such a competitor and Tony Romo has still won 2 less playoff games than Mark Sanchez. And in his career, that loss to Green Bay just can't sit well with Romo. If Romo can get a win, it would go such a long way for his Hall of Fame prospects. Look at Kurt Warner as example A. So, thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to put up this Periscope. Deshaun Watson, very impressed with his performance tonight. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful night. And tomorrow we will be live all night. Preseason football will be in full swing tomorrow. Nice little appetizer in North Carolina tonight. See y'all. Have a great day.